The two most important acronyms you need to know for a successful retirement. Let's talk about it. Hello everybody, Joe Wirbick coming at you, and today we are going to talk about the two most important acronyms you need to know for a successful retirement, and they are PIA and RMD. And let's start with PIA. PIA stands for Primary Insurance Amount. This all has to do with your Social Security. Your PIA is the amount of money you will receive on a monthly basis at your full retirement age, but in today's dollars. You need to know this. You should be planning for your retirement. You're putting money in retirement accounts. You want to retire someday, and you haven't sat down and taken the time to put a plan together. So at least learn these two. Okay, so order your statement. Go online to ssa.gov, get a copy of your statement. In the upper right-hand corner is your PIA. Let's just say that you get the statement and it says $2,000 and you're 50 years old. What does that mean? Well, it doesn't mean a whole lot until you do the calculations, because that's saying that if you continue working until your full retirement age and then you turn on Social Security, you're going to get $2,000, but that $2,000 is based on today's dollars. And if there are any cost of living adjustments between now and then, your $2,000 will increase. So you need to know what that increase is going to be. And then you have to understand, should I take it at 62? Should I take it at my full retirement age? Should I push it off till 70? All of those questions are answered in my other video on Social Security. I have a great one that goes into detail about Social Security, and I have a good one about why you should not take it at 62. But once you know your PIA, you can calculate other things. And remember, Social Security by itself is not taxable. There are no taxes due on Social Security by itself. It's other income that causes your Social Security to become taxable. So once you know your PIA, then you need to figure out what is your RMD. RMD stands for Required Minimum Distribution. This is the amount of money the government is going to force you to take out of your IRA at age 72. Now that changed recently. It used to be 70 and a half, but with the Secure Act, that changed it from age 70 and a half to age 72. They gave you an extra year and a half to push off the distributions, which means that they gave you an extra year and a half for your account to grow larger, so your distribution is probably going to be greater. And the negative thing about your RMD, 100% of that is taxable. So you're putting money into your 401k. You're not paying taxes now. It grows, hopefully, every year. You're not paying taxes on that growth because it grows tax deferred. But bam, you hit 72, you have to take that money out. It's all taxable. Let's say you have $500,000 in your 401k, okay? How do you calculate your RMD? Well, you need to know what the value of your entire retirement accounts, 401ks, 401as, SEPs, Simples, 403bs, you need to know what the value of those accounts are as of December 31st of the year prior to turning 72. And then you take the number 27.3, that's a divisor, you divide that into the account value, and you come up with your RMD. So if you have $500,000 in your retirement account as of December 31st to the year prior to turning 72, and you divide 27.3 into it, you get $18,315. That means you have to take $18,315 out of your IRA at some point between January 1st and December 31st of the year that you turn 72. And if you forget to do it, there's a 50% excise tax penalty. So you have to take the $18,000 out and you have to give $9,000 of it to the government. Do not forget your RMD, please, whatever you do. And that's one of the negatives to having multiple retirement accounts, as you may do some of them and not all of them, and then you get hit with a penalty. So why are we saying that you need to know these two acronyms? Because the PIA, your Social Security by itself, is tax-free. The RMD can cause the Social Security income to become taxable. So sit down with a qualified advisor, sit down with a planner, maybe a CFP, somebody who can run these numbers for you. And what they can do is they can sit down and say, okay, here's what you have in your retirement accounts. Here's what you're contributing. Here's what your required minimum distribution is going to be. Then they can maximize your Social Security for you, tell you the best way to get the most amount of money from Social Security. And then they're going to show you these numbers side by side. And oh my gosh, the RMD caused my Social Security to become taxable. So this is important stuff. So know your RMD, know your PIA, and remember that right now, these are the lowest taxes we've seen in this country for the last 100 years. So it might benefit you to look at converting your IRA to a Roth IRA so you don't have RMD. RMDs. And if you take the money out of the Roth IRA, it doesn't cause your Social Security to become taxable. So that same scenario, that $18,000 isn't forced out. But if you took it out, not taxable. Now my Social Security is tax-free. My IRA, which actually would be your Roth IRA distributions, are tax-free, and you could possibly retire tax-free. That's why I said you need to know your RMD and your PIA. If your advisor's not telling you this, you need to find a new advisor. If your planner's not talking about this, you need to find a new planner. If you want to reach out to us, we can run the numbers for you. I spent the last 3 years developing the most advanced financial planning software. Within a few minutes, I can show you your RMD. I can show you your PIA. So if you'd like to see that, reach out to us. If you want to do it yourself, do the calculations, but you need to know this information. This is important for a successful retirement. If you like this video, make sure you hit like. If you want to see more videos like this, I come out with 2 every single week. Make sure you hit subscribe, and I'll see you next week.